This vacant lot is 83 Pine Street, former property of Annette L. Houdin, who sold the land and the house that once stood on it to the city for $105,000 for the Broad Street Parkway prior to 2008. A portion of the property owned by Nimco Corporation was acquired by the city for $1.2 million at 1 Pine Street extension. That portion of the property taken for the parkway also is not needed and will be resold, presumably back to the company. A total of 6 parcels, once owned by 3 different owners on Everett Street, were taken for the Broad Street Parkway when it was a 4-lane configuration and now aren't needed. 1-3 Everett was bought for $93,000. There used to be a building on the property. 5-7 Everett was bought for $108,000, and 2-8 Everett was bought for $172,000. 40 and 42 Prescott Street. 40 Prescott Street was purchased for $163,000 and 42 for $75,000. The house once on 42 Prescott, as you see, is no longer there. It is just a vacant lot. 36 and 38 Broad Street are owned by David and Charlotte Dion, who also own the adjacent Dairy Queen. The Dion's have an interest in buying the property back from the city to expand their business. It was acquired when there was a house on the property that the city has since torn down. 78 Amherst Street, at the intersection of Putnam Street and Amherst Street, is probably the furthest north and east property acquired for the parkway, which no longer is needed. As with Everett, properties along Stevens Avenue off of Lead Street were taken by the city for the Broad Street Parkway, aren't needed and will be resold. These are now empty lots that are being used as storage for construction. One of the more interesting parcels is 21 Pine Street Extension. Vacant and sold to the city as land in the midst of a heavily developed area, and one viewed as key to the city's financial and economic future. Surely some company will come into this spot.